So here I am, in my last video, worried about not having Furion's LD because I wasn't sure how that would fare for the challenge quest. Not knowing that this time around, they are doing the challenge quest completely differently. Since this is a mission dungeon, they decided to make it so that they split it up into two to get your burst token, where it's, you do the same fight twice. One stage you do blue, yellow, and white crystal. The next stage you do, wow, what are the other three? Black, red, and green. Yes, colors. Thanks. Anyway, so yeah, and I figured in the spirit of challenge quest, I'm not going to bring a friend support. Figured I'd dust off Kais, haven't used him in a while. I don't know entirely how necessary Warrior of Light was, but I just kind of wanted some battery, and I figure a little bit of protection, since those things can, I always forget what they're called, the Agrius bosses. I keep looking up the name and then forgetting the name of them. But they can get pretty nasty, so I figure, you know, let's have some protection. And I really don't feel like getting debuffed, so we're gonna just avoid that right now. I don't want to waste too much summon in here, so let's just kill them. Okay. There's nothing like Kais and Pandemonium. So good. Okay, now here, they, you know, just like the Lufenia, when they get to 50%, they start floating, they do the buffs, all that fun stuff. We're gonna try to stall that out as much as we can. Just keep pushing them back. No turn for you. Looking back at this, I definitely could have played it a lot better. Some of the launch setups were a little awkward. The turn spacing right in the beginning and the Malboro wave was really uncomfortable, but it worked. Should we do it? I guess we're gonna do it. Okay, we gotta get them. There we go. Okay. There's the buffs. Which means that in this burst... First, let's get this free launch. With the lightning call. And it's not a waste because we got Cloud Burst. So by the time that this burst sequence is over, all these buffs will be gone. It is kind of hurting the damage output in the burst itself, but it's going to be alright. Probably shouldn't have targeted him. He had a launch ready. I may have just canceled it, I'm not sure. Did I? Oh no, I didn't, it's still there. Okay, good. Looking back, I kind of wish I had some more, well, you know what? Wouldn't have mattered. I'm sitting here thinking I wish I had more Cloud LDs, but they can't be delayed right now anyway. That's right, you can't delay their turns when they're floating. Oh, Kais! No! That was close. They broke Kais' shield. It's alright, we survived. One down. Pixeled. Okay, we're done. Alright, so that's blue, yellow, and white. Moving on. Red, green, and black. It's purely coincidental that I brought... Bleh. Every time I turn on the recorder, I fumble up my words. Purely coincidental. It's purely coincidental that I ended up bringing 2 Final Fantasy VII bursts. That really wasn't part of the plan, but it just kind of worked out. Alright. Vivi, you are still a monster. Unbelievable damage proportions. Sephiroth could definitely do without these debuffs. Oh, there's something else I did. You'll see it. Something I did not pay attention to at all before I went into Sephiroth's burst, which definitely hurt his damage output. I mean, you'll see when we get there. I never think about this before I go into burst sequences, and it's something that I really should. In fact, you all should too, if you're like me and you tend to ignore this. I'll just say it now, because it's going to happen. See how he's got 5 turns of poison? I didn't even think about that, and I went right into Sephiroth's burst while he's being poisoned, so that means every single turn he's getting his brave sap before he attacks, which is not great. I should have let that wear off first. But I didn't really think about it. Until it was happening, I'm seeing him getting sapped in the burst. I'm like, oh, whoops. See, like right now... Yeah, see? I shouldn't have done this. Weird choice. That's when I noticed, right there. When I saw him cock back a little bit, I'm like, oh, why'd I do that? It's okay, though, really. It's just a chaos fight. I wish they would do stuff like this more. I really like mission dungeons. There's only been a couple of them. Last one I can think of, yeah, that was when Cyan and Fujin got EX+. The enemies there were those ugly ass chimeras from the Twins Lost Chapter. It's like that eagle, bulldog, cobra head looking thing. That ugly ass monstrosity. And then it was the Fran boss. There's like those winged lions or whatever. But these things, everybody hates these bosses, and that's because they're cheap. The buff stacking, the floating, like it's just, ugh. Like, go away. But Beatrix will get rid of those in a second. And this is how you spam out of double fire. I should have used it now, but I'm like, no, I'm going to take advantage of the burst effect and then lose double fire. Whoops. Don't do what I do. Yeah, I know I'm like critical of myself when I'm watching and stuff, but it helps me get better, I think, when you go back and review your own mistakes. It's kind of a blessing that I'm able to record what I do and then watch it back and just talk about it. It helps me in the long run think about things in the future, like mistakes I made to, you know, sharpen the battle axe a little bit the next time I do this. Alright, one last Doomsday. We're almost there. Sure, I'll take a launch. Finally use his C65. I'm waiting on it for the longest time. Heal up. Rebuff. Another wasted launch. What am I thinking? I'm pressing my buttons too fast. Okay. EX is up. And here, I hate getting pixeled in situations like this. Because look how much this wet noodles because of these buffs. Oof! That's alright. I'll take 34 turns, that's not so bad. So that's a challenge quest-esque mission dungeon. Give me my burst token. Thanks for watching.